The way things are going, we might just have to change the way we eat. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 foods of the future. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at all the strange and interesting innovations in food technology that are in the works right now, as well as some alternatives to popular foods that are poised to become more popular. Number 10. Nano Foods. What is nanotechnology? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. The science of really tiny things. So how can that be relevant to what we eat? Well, using nanotechnology, it's possible to add nutrients to foods that are lacking them, effectively creating lower-calorie options that pack a serious nutritional punch. In 2011, Helmut Kaiser Consultancy put out a report predicting that by the year 2040, nanotechnology would be part of every single mass-produced food product, seeming to lend credence to the idea. Number 9. Sonically enhanced food. We all know that we use several senses when enjoying a meal. The food's aroma affects our dining experience, and so does the way the food looks. But did you know that your hearing can also have an impact? A study out of Oxford University showed that the taste of food was actually changed by the sonic properties of what eaters were listening to. Russell Jones of Condiment Junkie has claimed to know which frequencies can make foods taste sweeter, a finding he says could translate into a reduction in a meal's actual sugar count, with sweet music making up the difference. Number 8. GMO everything. It's hard to miss the ongoing discussion on genetically modified foods. GMOs can either be considered helpful or a huge hindrance to the way we've come to eat. As technology moves forward, it seems inevitable that the genetic engineering already taking place in our food will continue to advance. Some proponents, like Professor Daniel Shamovitz, Dean of Life Sciences at Israel's Tel Aviv University, claims it's nothing to worry about, comparing the process to crossbreeding. Greenpeace, however, disagrees, asserting that a, quote, takeover of the world's food resources by a small number of strains will do more harm than good. Number 7. Edible water bottles. It's been made clear in recent years that the popularity of plastic water bottles has become a huge problem, so the environmental trend has been towards using reusable versions instead. One London-based company, however, has made news for creating a totally edible water bottle. It's a seaweed-based product that's relatively inexpensive to produce. And the even cooler fact is that while these nifty little things will be on the market soon enough, you can actually make your own DIY version at home right now. There are tons of tutorials online that'll show you how, if you're so inclined. Number 6. Camel Milk. Have you ever thought about the fact that for the most part, adult humans only really consume the milk of one animal? Cow milk is a huge part of the modern diet, as is, to a lesser degree, goat milk. But what about all the other animals out there? In some countries, camel milk can already be found in grocery stores, but we're predicting that as time goes by, it'll become more and more popular because of the ecological impact that farming cows has on the environment. Number 5. Farmed fish. To most, wild salmon probably seems more appealing than farmed. But as fish consumption has been increasing, producers have had to change their ways because there simply aren't enough fish in the sea to satisfy demand. In fact, in 2011, there was more fish farming in the world than there was beef farming. It may seem hard to believe, but this practice is already on the rise in a major way. The fish farming industry hasn't been without issue, however, so if you want to be a smart consumer, it's good to look into exactly where the fish you eat is coming from. Number 4. 3D printed food. A lot of the trends we foresee in the food world in the coming decades will be born out of necessity, due to demand and in the interest of being more environmentally friendly. Others, however, are just plain cool. 3D technology often gets bad press due to sensational things like the technology being used to manufacture handguns, but the concept can also be used for something less controversial and universally good. 3D printed food won't cure world hunger by any means, but it seems likely that it'll be used moving forward to create foods or quantities that would be impossible by hand. Number 3. Algae. Okay, back to efficiency. Would you believe that algae could be the solution to our food shortages and even to our greenhouse gas emission problems? Yup, algae. That gross green stuff that you avoid while you're swimming could actually become pretty important in the future. Algae can easily be farmed in the ocean, which is beneficial if you're worrying about fresh water shortages. And if you're imagining chowing down on something icky and slimy, think again. Algae can be used as a food in ways that would make you completely forget what you're eating. Number 2. Lab-grown meat. Many people assert that going vegetarian, or even vegan, is one of the most beneficial things you can do if you want to help the planet. And with the number of meat-free eaters growing, technology is advancing to create more and more cruelty-free and eco-friendly options. Lab-grown meat isn't technically vegetarian, but it could appeal to people looking to improve their ecological footprint. Even lab-grown fish is becoming a thing. This technology is advancing quickly, and we can expect to see products on the market pretty soon. Number 1. Bugs. Of all the wacky things we've suggested in this list so far, we're guessing there's none you'll hate more than this one. Surprisingly enough, one thing that scientists are predicting is that eating insects will become more popular and more necessary as time goes on. From crickets to grasshoppers to mealworms, there are a wide variety of bugs that are both abundant and nutritious. The idea may be unappealing to some, okay, most, but there are actually a lot of nutritional benefits to adding some creepy crawlies to your diet. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.